Hello YouTube, this is February 25th, 2024, and this is my 78th video, and 5 out of 5 in the Libre Computer series, and I'm talking about the Frite, Alta, Solitude, Sweet Potato from Libre Computer, and this is the 5th video in this series, and I will be using a refurbished PC running Windows 10 Professional for this video. Now on the table over there, I do have another project going on. I've got a Libre Potato running Debian, a Libre Potato running NetBSD 9.3, and a Frite running NetBSD 10 release candidate 1, and that's for Professor Shaman's class on Unix programming. Professor Shaman put all of his lectures on the internet, and I'm just working through those. So I'm going to move my board down. Let me show you what I got. Let's see here. Disclosure, I have no financial, employment, personal, or family relationship with any brand or product. I purchase products that appear in my videos with my money. I'm retired. I just flutter around with computers and networking and software. And yeah, this is the 5th out of 5, and this will be on the Alta from Libre Computer. These notes, they're kind of for me. I forget what I'm doing. I'm old, and kind of helps me keep on track, keep on schedule. Also, it's for the viewer. If the viewer has little experience, I try to show you the commands that I'm using in my notes here. And we'll be talking about the on-the-go port, the USB port on the go. And it is used for the UMS Gadget, booting a USB drive and updating firmware. And we'll be looking at the Alta and Solitude. There were new boards from Libre Computer, and I received mine in December 2023. And I believe December the 14th was the shipping date in the United States, if I remember correctly. There were reports of issues with AMD processors running Linux and flashing that memory module. So in this video, I will be using a AMD processor just to check it out. I got this one from the Walmarts. The Walmarts had an AMD small computer for $90 during their Black Friday week in 2023. That's the model number, HP Elite Desktop. Now I added some RAM because this processor, it has 4 cores and 8 threads, and I want to run virtual machines on this computer, and it has, so I can easily add 2 processors per virtual machine. It had a 256 gigabyte disk, case, power supply, keyboard, mouse, Windows 10 Professional, $90 at the Walmarts. Yeah, if I only had $90 for a budget for either, and I had to decide whether I wanted a single board computer or a kind of a newish refurbished PC with Windows 10 Pro, I'd probably go with the refurbished PC. But anyway, let's get down. If you don't want to watch the whole video, I kind of got a summary. I'm going to tell you what I'm looking at right now, the whole thing. The problem is, well, I'm seeing an issue with the UMS Gadget in Windows 10 Pro for the memory module, the SD card, and a USB solid state disk. I'm having an issue with the on-the-go port. the file system, when it boots, it goes into a read-only file system. And I did find some issues with older USB controllers. Yeah, I've been playing with Solitude and Alta since December. And I did upgrade the firmware. So the firmware, that's the very latest firmware that's on the Libre Computer website. And I expected before I started playing around, I was expecting the Windows 10 Professional to recognize the UMS Gadget. It is recognized on the Frite and the Sweet Potato, both AMD and Intel refurbished computers. I'm just not having, and it's UMS Gadget. It's you can get to it with U-Boot, and we'll do some of that in this video. And I'll show you why I use a $15 solid state drive to play around with. Before I start putting more expensive or disk with a lot of data on these boards, I like to kind of test my PC, the single board computers first. And let's see, let me not get the firmware there. Yeah, the U-Boot and UMS. This is a table. This is video 78 that we're on right now. This is kind of what video 75 and 6. I showed I did not have any problems in the Frite and the Sweet Potato, but I I was showing the issues that I had in the Solitude and the Alta. And video 75, I booted a bulk USB drive on the Frite, and it is still running on my table right here. This same way that I left it on video 75, and I'll show that to you when I move my camera down. Yeah, I expected it to boot from the Alta to boot from the USB solid state drive. Now the Sweet Potato does, it's not that I recommend it. It's just that I'm just testing various configurations, and it kind of made me a table right here to kind of show you what I'm seeing. On the Sweet Potato, I'm using the firmware the October 13th, and on the Alta, January 24th, 2024. And with the Sweet Potato, everything I tried here is working as I expected. Now on the Alta, I'm seeing issues on the UMS Gadget. Whenever I try to boot anything on the Go port, the B-tree file system goes to read only. I tried a bulk USB, I tried a PNY card, and I tried a solid state drive. Now, just for now the Alta, here's my Alta right here. Now, if I do put a SD card, it will boot and run normally. Now, if I take the very same card out and try to boot it, the Alta from the on the Go port, it goes into the B-tree file system goes read only. Then if I take that very same card out, put it back in the SD card slot, it runs again. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. But that's what I wanted to show you. That's what I'm basically. This is what I'm trying to show on this video. External I've got some older USB controllers, and in the Raspberry Pi and Armbian forums, they have some threads on those USB controllers if you need some more information on that. Yeah, I saved a copy of my firmware. And I would recommend saving a copy of the firmware for any device, whether it's a toaster, a light bulb, or a refrigerator. And for example, on that Frite for Professor Schauman's project that I'm on, I rolled the firmware back and I installed NetBSD 10, release candidate 1. So I always try to save my firmware. Yeah, I'm not having any success with the external USB drive. Older controllers. This is the controller I'm using now, the Unitech. I bought that recently. You have to find, if you're kind of interested in those USB controllers, the SmartMon Tools, they have some more information. It's the old Trip Light USB controller. It works in Windows, but it's kind of I see it got issues with the U-Boot and Linux. Let's see now. Yeah, we're just going to be using some U-Boot commands. This is kind of what we want to do, is connect the wires, power up the Alta, and stay in U-Boot, and do some U-Boot commands, and then power it down, and then install, upgrade Debian. If you're not interested in this video, just go ahead and write your images with a Windows PC or a Linux PC, and you don't have to go through all this. Let's see, that I kind of got me a diagram or a figure what I'm trying to do here. I've got a PC, and then I hook up the Alta with on-the-go with a USB cable and with a serial cable, so I can view that in PuTTY. And these are the hardware that I connect to the Alta, memory module, an SD card, or a solid state drive on that USB port, on-the-go port. Software on the on-the-go USB cable, I use Rufus or Rawrite, and then on the serial cable I use PuTTY or Kermit. I'm just going to use PuTTY because it's kind of a little bit faster, and we've already seen that. And these are the U-Boot commands that I'm looking at. The UMS Gadget right there. That's for when the Alta boots up. That's the sequence that it goes through. It looks for the memory module and the SD card, and then a USB device. You don't have to go in that order when you're going through the U-Boot Gadget. You can do anyone, but I'm just kind of saying, bringing this to your attention, when it does boot up, that's the order of it that it's looking for. Let's see. I'll be using several utilities. Use whatever you prefer. And I like to make a list and show you what I'm using in my videos. I'll be using a sweet potato to show that they're working on the go USB port. The Alta, this image, that's the very latest Debian 12 image on the Libre Computer website. Power switch with a rocker. I like the power supply with the rocker. And I use and I get mine from Villrose. I use a Raspberry Pi 4 power supply. A memory module, bulk, USB drive, Premier-X SD card, and I made some videos with that. In video 70, I showed how to turn on the SDR104 mode on the Libre Potato, and then on video 71, I wrote a cron job to reboot the Libre Potato every 10 minutes, and that was to see if there were any problems with the PNY Premier-X staying in that 1.8 volt mode, that SDR104 mode. And I did not see any problems. I let it run for several days, and I did not see a problem with the PNY. They come in bulk too. That's the bulk package. Oh yeah, let me see. Yeah, while I'm thinking about it, I think I got a thing right here. I wonder where my mouse is. Here it is. Yeah, they come in a bulk packaging. 5 cards for $30. So get them at the Walmarts or at the Amazon. 5 cards. Sometimes I see them on sale for $25. That's what I've been using for about the last year. Let's see. A Patriot solid state drive. That's a fairly new drive that I bought. $15. My old USB controller. Adafruit serial cable. Walmart Cat 6 Ethernet cable. Netgear 8-port switch. Guitar picks. Those come in handy. USB 3 male-to-male cable. And I'll be using a SanDisk Mobile Mate USB reader, Rufus putty, and I will be using my refurbished AMD PC. Let me see, go down to my taskbar down there, task manager, and that's the PC, the CPU that I'm using from that refurbished PC from the Walmart, and a claw hammer for demonstration purposes. Let me move my camera down. I wonder where my mouse. Here's my mouse, my cursor. Yeah, let me show you what I got right here. I'm talking about. Yeah. On video 75, there's that Frite that I installed that USB, or and that's running on the on-the-go port on that Frite. And this is Libre Potato running Debian, a Libre Potato running NetBSD 9.3, and a Frite running NetBSD 10.0 release candidate 1. And these are for Professor Shaman's course. He put all of his lectures for the Unix programming classes he has on the internet. Let me see now. There's an 8-port switch. There's an Alta that I'll be using. Wonder where my here's my sweet potato. I'll be using a sweet potato. I do have in video 77, that was the Solitude. And I do have some others. Now this was the controller that I was using, a newer Unitech controller, and I use an external power supply. Now I probably won't use that in this video. We've already seen that. Patriot, that's the $15 solid state drive. Let's see what else I'm looking. I'll be using a SanDisk Mobile Mate card reader. Now, just to bring that to your attention, this is the SanDisk Extreme card. Eventually, I was going to run my Extreme on the this reader because it's an enhanced reader. So I was just wanting to check out the speed. But anyway, while I'm here, let me take this out. All right. Let's see, what else have we got? A serial cable. A USB male-to-male cable. Guitar picks. A PNY. I've got a bulk USB drive. I buy those in bulk. I think that's all I got right here. So I'm gonna move my camera back up. Let me see what I wonder where I'm at right here. I think I went through all of this. It also is in the firmware group. All of these in this series. I wonder if I got a screen. Yeah, there's the on the Libre Computer website. Firmware with Frite, Sweet Potato, Solitude, and Alta. Those are the ones that I'm working with. Let's see. I can get back where I was. Let's see here. That was the I did show those Libre computers that I'm working with for Professor Salmon's project. Yeah, keep your. I always keep my firmware. I always try to save my firmware files. Let me show you. Yeah, I did save the firmware for the Alta, and there were 4 different. I saw 4 different updates there. Well, that was the original, and then I saw three more updates. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Get over here to video 78 and firmware Alta. See right there, I saved that firmware that I'm from the Libre Computer website. That's what I'm talking about. Save your firmware in case you may want to roll it back. Let's see, now where am I at here? I wonder where I'm. The Debian GNOME image. Let me get over there. I'll show you which version we're. Yeah, Debian. I am using the very latest GNOME image for these firmware computers. See, January 25th, 2024. That's the version that I'm using. In case anybody has any questions. Let's see now. I've already downloaded these utilities, but just to bring this to your attention, safety first. Scan your downloads for malware and viruses. Connect them to cables. In my microcontroller advisor, he advised to pinch the connectors. When you grab the board by the edges, and when you grab a board by the edges, well, let me do it this way. By the edges, see, you increase the lever. If you pinch those connectors, when you're connecting up the wires, you shorten the lever. See, you got a long lever right there, or this way. But if I pinch those connectors, I shorten the lever. Let's see now. Let me show you. I think let me show you with my claw hammer right here. See, with my claw hammer, I've got a long lever, but if I grab by the claw, I shorten that lever. That's kind of what I'm saying. Let's see now. Where am I at? That's what we'll be. That's the diagram again that I'll try to be doing. All right, yes. Let's see if I can connect up some of these. Oops, I forgot to move my camera back here. Let me show you if I missed anything here. I can't remember if you download your images here. That's where I was right here. All right, now I think I'm back on my schedule right here, back in my notes. Yeah, let's see if we can try to connect some of these wires. The on-the-go port, it's the upper left, top left. Now when I connect that USB cable, let's wait until we get to the U-Boot prompt to finish up connecting that USB cable to the computer. Let's see now if we can connect some of these here wires. Okay, I'm gonna do the sweet potato first because I'm gonna show you what I was expecting for the Solitude and the Alta. The on-the-go port is the top left one right there. See that top left? And I'm going to try to pinch that connector. All right. Now hold on before we connect the other end of this USB to the computer. Hold on let's hook up the power first before I do that. Let's see now. Now I've got some PNY cards here. I'm going to put a PNY card here. This is my bulk USB drive. I'm going to go ahead and, now I'm not going to use that solid state drive. I'm just going to use a bulk USB stick right here. Let's see, I should have my power here somewhere. My power, I like these rocker switches. I can see now, see that, but mash it this way, the power's on, but I want to, before I hook up the power, I want to make sure it's turned off, so I know if I mash it that way towards the power supply, it's off. So let's hook up our power supply. I'm going to pinch that cable right there. All right. Move some of that out of the way. Let me move my camera up to see what my notes say. Let's see now, we've got Libre Computer, they give you some speeds, like on that USB port there, they're kind of giving you what kind of speeds to expect. The memory module micro SD card and the USB on-the-go port. So we've got our USB power, or our power cable with the rocker switch off. In our let's connect the serial cable for these serial cables. Ground goes to ground, and that's usually black. And then you cross your wires. Transmit goes to receive, and receive goes to transmit, and it's usually black, white, and green. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Now here's my serial cable, and then what I do is get you some guitar picks and open up that case there, and open up that case. And then I look in my USB, see how they're attached there, and I see, and I make me a index card with my USB side, and then over here with my pins. So I know that how it's connected on my USB side. So I know black, ground goes to black. Well, black goes to ground, white goes to receive, well, to transmit, and green goes to receive. So I'm going to put my case back, and I usually hook up the pins first before I hook up the computer, and the UART on the sweet potato, it's right there by the it's right there by the HDMI connector right there, and they have the it's stamped there on the card. It tells you this ground, transmit, and then receive. Green is receive. All right, I think that's ready. Well, I will move my camera back up to see if I can remember what I'm supposed to say. Got our yeah. This is what we need to do now to. Let me move that camera back down just for a second. Now I can hook my my USB to my computer right here, and this is that refurbished PC. All right, I'm gonna move it back up. Now to see what COM port it's on, I need to go to that device manager right here. Let me see if I can find my mouse. Device manager, and then I want to bring this to your attention. I'm logged in as a regular user. I'm not logged in as an administrator. I prefer, let me get this right, the COM ports, and it's COM3 that we're looking for. And in Windows, I kind of similar to Linux and NetBSD, I create a non-admin user when I'm working in Windows. Oh, here's for our PuTTY. Let me see if I can start PuTTY. And I believe I've got that Over in video 75, that was for the Frite that I did. Buddy. Serial. The serial COM3 and then 115 serial COM3. And speed is 115. $200. And I'm going to, while I'm here, I'm going to change the appearance. I want a bigger font and a heavier font. Lucinda 18. And I want to change the background colors. Use system colors. All right, I think we're ready for that. We got Putty started. Let's see now. Yeah, before I turn that on, yeah, I want to stay in U-Boot. That's the main idea of these videos is staying in U-Boot. So whenever I turn that power on, I've only got 1 second to stay in U-Boot. Let me see if I can find the power. Here it is. Let me get over there to Putty. Let's see here. Maybe that screen up just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to turn the power on and get ready to turn. All right, I did. So you only got 1 second to stop the auto boot. And so now we're in U-Boot. Let me pause this video right here. All right, let's see now. I need to get back to my notes right here. U-Boot, if you want to find out more about U-Boot, Texas Instruments has an in-depth U-Boot manual for their boards. When we're in U-Boot, help or question mark, list the U-Boot commands. And let's just use a few of those while I'm right here. The question mark brings up the list of commands and see version. There's October 13th, 2023. That's the version that I'm using. This one, I believe that was one of them. The SD card that we just put in there, that's on eMMC 1, and that bulk drive is USB 0. I think we can, was it boot dead list? I think that was one of them. Yeah, that was the boot devices. That's 1 is the SD card, and 2, that's that USB drive. Now I wanted to show you, let me see if that, let me get back to my notes here. Oops. Yeah, these are the UMS Gadget. So let's now is the time that I want to plug in the this cable right here, and this is for the UMS Gadget right here. I'll plug that in. Okay, now we can use Rufus or whichever utility that you want. Windows. Now we should. Also, I'll show you the Windows Disk Manager. Let me just, let me start the UMS Gadget. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. It's UMS 0 eMMC 1. That's that SD card. And see there, gadget just popped up right there. Dang, I forgot to move my camera up. Dang. Let me do that again. Is that? Let me show you. Let me just stop this. I should have paid more attention here. Yeah, that was just list some commands, boot device list the block, and then now we're kind of right here to the SD card. That's what that is right here. And that's I hooked up my USB cable for the gadget, and that's what these commands are right here. UMS 0, eMMC 1. It should show, there's the gadget right there, it shows up. And we should, in File Explorer, see there's our gadget shows up. Now, I'm going to get an administrative window right here. I'm a regular user, so go down to our start, and we'll kind of scroll down, Windows System, Command Prompt, and do a right click, More, and run as administrator, and see, now we have an administrator command prompt, and it starts in the Windows System 32 subdirectory, and if you do the dir MSC for those Microsoft cabinet things, that shows you a list of those administrative commands that we want. And I want to look at the disk management. So disk MGMT, and yeah, see our the gadget. That's the gadget for that PNY SD card on the gadget. That's what I was wanting to show you. Now in we go to PuTTY. Okay, we've got our gadget. Let's go to Rufus, and see our SD card shows up. For this, I'm just going to format to that SD card for our usually I kind of want the GPT partition scheme, but it really doesn't matter for this demonstration. And start your large fat system, and okay. And it takes just a couple of seconds. Close. And that's our now I'm going to go down to my tray down there and eject the gadget. See, it says USB download gadget. Eject it. Now I'll go back to PuTTY, and Control C stops that. And oops, list these blocks. Now let's go to the that bulk USB drive, UMS 0. Oops, I forgot. Now when these USB drives they're a little bit different. You have to, let me just type them. You have to start the controller, or you're supposed to. Sometimes they already have it started for you, But let's start. Let me get some of that out of the way. Oops. Yeah, start, USB start, and now the USB, UMS 0, USB 0, USB 0, and should show up over there, our gadget. I think it's got a different format. It's probably not going to show up on that. Yeah, it didn't show up. And so this is kind of what I was wanting to demonstrate. Let's go to our administrator clean window. And so there's that USB drive right there. Even though it did not show, I've got it formatted to a different file system there. That's not showing up in the File Explorer. But on Rufus, let's go to Rufus. And it shows up here, 16 gig. Drive, same thing. Let's just format it to a non-bootable disk and just whatever the defaults are. And it only takes just a couple of seconds. Creating file system. Writing the master boot record. Okay, there it goes. And it should show up. Yes, it just showed up in our File Explorer. So let's go down to the tray and eject. And come back over here to PuTTY. And it's Control C. And USB stop. Now that's what I was kind of that's what I was expecting from the Alta and the Solitude. Whenever that's the Alta, I was expecting the gadget to show up in the Windows 10. So I wanted to show you, that's what I was, the sweet potato, that's what we were just doing right here. And that, I was expecting the same thing to show up in the UMS Gadget, to show up in Alta and Solitude. So let me, so what I'm going to do is, the next thing I wanted to show you was the booting sweet potato from both the SD card and from the SanDisk reader. Let me pause the video. Let me pause that video. I'm going to get out of this right here. All right, let me get back to this. My notes here. Let me show you what I'm talking about right here. Okay, I got my everything. Well, still got connected to my power and my serial cable. So what I'm going to do is take the SD card out, format it, write the image, flash the image on my computer over here, so I can, because I'm going to do the same procedure, exactly the same. I'm going to put the SD card in here, flash it on my AMD processor, make sure it verifies that writing the image on the AMD processor works, put it in my SD card slot. Then I'll put it in my SD card reader, put it in the on-the-go port, and boot the sweet potato from the on-the-go port. So let me, I'm going to hook all this up and write the image, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Here, I'm going to try to get everything set up. Let me put my camera back. I think everybody, most everybody knows how. All right, I got my sweet potato set up. Let me go over here to my, oops, I need to keep on my mouse here. I'm going to go back up to my table that we had at the very kind of the beginning of the video. Let me show you what I'm talking about. There goes right here. I got the sweet potato. It's running all my tests. They passed the UMS Gadget. I tried it on that. Now let me show you what I'm talking about right here. I formatted that card on the on this AMD processor. Now let me show you. Let me get over here to the sweet potato. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. There's my sweet potato. Let me get back to that table. See what I'm talking about? I've got my PNY card. It's running in the SD card slot. I'm going to take it out, put it in the on-the-go USB port, and it should work. And then I'll take it back out, put it in the SD card slot. And that's what I'm talking about right here. So let me get back over here. Yes, see. Yeah, here's my. Okay, I'm on. Let me shut it down. Let's see. Shut power off. Power off. All right, I think it's power is off. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna move my camera down right here. So here's that sweet potato that we were working with. Let me show you. See if I can do this. Turn the power off. Okay, got the power off. We'll take the SD card out. Put it in the my reader. That SanDisk reader, put it in the on-the-go slot right here. All right, see if it boots up. Let me move my camera back up. All right, I'm going to turn my power on. It'll probably take a few minutes. There, it's kind of booting up. Going to the grub. It'll be a little bit slower booting up from that USB slot. It's booting up. It'll be a little bit slow. Okay, here it comes. All right, there it is. And it should be, yeah, we're getting up here. All right, I'm gonna power off. I mean, you see everything's working here. I'm gonna power off. Power off. All right, everything shut down normal. I'll move my camera down. There it is. Okay, move it. All right. I'll turn my power off. Okay. I'll put that SD card back. See, it worked in the on-the-go slot right there. I'm gonna put that same card back right here. And turn my power. Let me turn my power on, and then I'm gonna move my camera back up to right here. All right, see, it's booting up. There's good. This is a little bit faster than that USB. Kind of lost focus right there. It kind of booting up. I wonder if I could make it focus. Okay, here it comes. It should kind of boot right up. All right, there we go. I'm gonna power it up, power down, and just switch over there to my Alta. Let's see, power down. Power off. All right, so that's kind of what I was expecting right here. So that's what I was talking about with that table. Let me get over here to my. Here's my table. The SD card worked in the SD card slot. It worked in the on-the-go slot, the USB slot, and then I put it right back in the SD card slot, and everything worked. So now I'm going to switch over to the Alta. Let me show you. You'll see, I'm just going to kind of breeze through this right here, and because it's like the Solitude. I'm just having trouble with the UMS Gadget. So let me turn the power off. I'll remove my card. Remove my keyboard. Remove my Ethernet. Let's see, remove my HDMI cable. Oops, I'll put it right here. Remove my power. Let's see if I can put it right there. And remove my UART. Okay, that was the sweet potato. And here's the Alta, and I'll put our the UART on. The UART is in the back of that USB thing. On the sweet potato, that was over here by the HDMI connector, but this one is at the back of the USB connector. Let's see here now. I need to give me some slack there. All right, I'm gonna hook up my power. And see my switch is turned off. Pinching that connector. Alright, is that what we need there? Let me put in an SD card. Here's our on-the-go cable. I'm going to hook it up, but I'm not going to hook it up. Wait, I'm going to wait to get into U-Boot before I hook up the other end. And here's that bulk USB drive. All right, now let me see if we can, I'm going to try to get back over here to my screen. I got to move my keyboard here. All right, let me get back to all right, and when I turn this power on, I got 1 second to stop it in U-Boot. Okay, so we're stopped. All right, let me do the question mark. Version. Let me see here now. Version. January 24th, 2024. Here's that Alta. And list block. I've got my SD card in there and that bulk card in there. So now that I got in U-Boot, now I can hook up this on-the-go cable. All right, I got it hooked up. Now I should be able to use the gadget. The same thing as a sweet potato. Let's see what UMS 0, eMMC 1, and that's the SD card. And if we go over to my administrator window right here, let me show you right here. See, it's not showing up, and that's the disk manager, and it's not showing up. And that's the SD card. If it's not showing up in the disk manager, it's not going to show up in PuTTY, in Rufus. So do the Control C. That stops it. Then we'll do the USB. Let me just type that. It's USB start. So it gives you a kind of a usage command. If you just type USB, it shows you your usage. USB start. And UMS 0, USB 0. And let's go over to our administrative window right here. See, our USB is not showing up in the gadget. So let's get over here. Let's stop this. USB stop. And we're ready to power down. So what I'm going to do is same thing with the sweet potato that we just did. I'm going to take this SD card. I'm going to flash it over there. I'm going to flash it over there on my AMD processor. Now see, I'm not seeing any problem with flashing those images using an AMD processor. I'm going to take my USB gadget thing off, kind of in the reverse order. Now I'm going to go ahead and flash that card on my AMD processor. I'm going to get everything set up, and I'll show you. I'll be back in just a few minutes when I get everything set up. I'm going to pause that video. Hello YouTube. Okay, I got my Alta set up. It's running on that SD card. Let me switch over there to that table. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me get to the, where's my notes? Oops, my notes are right here. Yeah, now what I'm see. It worked with the SD card and the SD slot, and what I'll do is take that SD card, it's working, and put it in that on-the-go slot, and we'll just see what happens. So I'm going to move my, let me move my, oops, I got to go back and power down that thing. Let me power down the Alta. Power down. Power off. All right, I'm gonna move my camera down. Let's see now. See there's that SD card that I wrote on that AMD refurbished PC. I did not have a problem with it. So let's turn the power off. Remove this SD card and put it in our reader. Put it in the on-the-go slot and turn the power on. So let me get back over here. I'm gonna move my camera up. Okay, so it's trying to boot. I got the boot screen. Booting. Okay, so it's trying to boot. See, we're getting those B3 file system errors right there. That's what those are. My screen is not. Let me see. Can you see? Is it focused enough? Let me switch this back over to the. There's that thing. This one I was wanting to show it. Let me see here now. See right there, read-only file system, and that's from our serial cable. I switched it over here so you could read it because yeah, see right there, those are read-only file system errors. Now that's what I was seeing. I'm going to turn this thing off, power off. Let me show you this right here. I'm powering off. All right, let's move. Put that SD card, take it out of the on-the-go slot. Put it in the SD card slot. All right, I'm going to turn my power back on. Now let me show you now. This is before I do that. These are the error messages. That B3 file system going to read only. So let's just switch back over here. oops, dang, I forgot to move my camera up. Well, move my camera up. All right. Oops. Yeah, there's error messages for the B-tree file system going read only right there. That's where all those messages. That's all those messages were. Let me get over here. All right, I moved it back to the SD card slot. All right, I'm gonna turn the power on. It's coming up. That's coming up. See, went past that. It was stopping at the that B-tree file system on the go port. See, there we go. There's a login. There we go. I mean, it's so that's what I was wanting to show you is. Let me get back to our table right here. Oops, let me get to that table over there. Let's see here. I'm going to blank out that screen right there. Oops, let me see if I can move my mouse. Yeah, see, put the SD card in the SD slot. It worked. Put it on the go port. Get a B-tree file system read only, and then I put it back in the slot, and it works. And I kind of skipped these other things over here because I mean everything that I put in that on the go port there, it goes to read only file system. So that's what I was kind of. I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong or if it's something in the. Well, the B-tree file system is not supposed to go to read only. That's what I'm trying to say, and I'm not sure why it's doing that. But anyway, that's the end of this video and the end of this 5-part series that I did on the new boards from Libre Computer. So thank you for watching.